Hi, I'm Kristine, co-owner and self-taught baker at Créme Caramel LA, and today I'm going to show you how to take a traditional Filipino dessert and turn it to one of our best sellers at our store. At Créme Caramel LA, we are a Filipino dessert bakery. We make creme caramels, bread puddings, custard pies, cheesecakes, quiches, but most of all, we make custard dreams. And today I'm going to show you how to make ube upside down pie. And it all happened because of an accident. I don't know how many times you've been in the kitchen where you realize, oh no, I forgot to set the timer, and basically turned a whole day's work into crap. But I made a graham cracker crust, threw it on there, and it ended up being our best seller at our store. Today, that's what we're gonna make, ube upside down pie. So let's bring my traditions to your table. Our first step is to make the custard. So we're gonna get started with 2 eggs, and we're gonna separate the yolks from the whites. After I crack them, I like to use my hands. It does get a little slimy. Typically in leche flan, it's purely egg yolks, but our version has egg whites to make it a little silkier and creamier. You're probably wondering, wait a minute, I've made this before and it's not called leche flan. It's probably called Créme Caramel, which is the name of our company, but it also could be called caramel pudding or purine, or even crème catalan. Those are all basically the same custard base. So custard is basically anything with eggs or milk. You can even make a savory custard like a quiche, but our version is sweet and our version has tinned milk, so that's what makes it implicitly leche flan, the Filipino version. Next, I'm going to add the single egg. You want to make sure it's fully incorporated. Next, we're gonna add 6 tablespoons of granulated sugar into the egg mixture. And then now we're going to whisk it all together. After our sugar and our eggs are well mixed, we're gonna put in 18 ounces of tinned evaporated milk. In the Philippines, fresh milk isn't as available. It's a hot country. So using evaporated milk is much better since it's shelf stable and you don't have to worry about spoiled milk. And next we're gonna add sweetened condensed milk. And you're only using half a cup of this condensed milk. And you wanna make sure you use a really good spatula to kind of get all those little bits out. There's a word in Filipino language called sayang. Basically, it's like, oh, what a waste, what a pity. And you don't want to waste it. If there's one thing that we do at our store, we're really good about making sure that we have every little bit used. Sayang. So we're done with the custard, but what sets ours apart is that we add ube to it. Woo! If you don't know what ube is, it is a party in your mouth. Ube is a purple yam from the Philippines, specifically indigenous to the Philippines. The ube flavor profile is very similar to almost vanilla and coconut. We can debate ube all day. I mean, people say, ube's taro. No, it's not. Ube is a purple potato. No, it's not. Everyone thinks ube tastes different. What do you guys think? Comment below. You can source this from your local Filipino grocery stores, but if you don't have one near you, you can always go online and purchase it there. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of ube flavoring into this beautiful custard. Look at that, purple goodness. Vibrant, royal purple color. We're not using powders or actual ube root because it's gonna ruin the texture, and we wanna be able to stay true to that texture of flan and being creamy and silky and really good mouthfeel. Now that we finished whisking this beautiful purple custard, we're gonna strain it. It's actually one of the biggest complaints about custard. People don't like eggy custard or has like texture of eggs. As you can see here, all these little eggy bits are left behind and they're no longer gonna interfere with your beautiful silky custard. And we're gonna put the ube custard first. You don't want purple mess all over, just inside of the pie pan. We are going to scrape every little bit. You don't want sayang. Sayang! You want to use every little bit. And you're probably wondering why our pie dish is in a roasting pan. And the reason why is because we're gonna slow and low cook this. We're gonna add a water bath at the bottom. Basically, it's gonna make the custard cook evenly. We're gonna fill up the hot water halfway up the pan as best as you can estimate. You definitely don't want it close to the lip of the pie pan because it'll spill inside once you're transporting this into the oven. We already have a start with the hot water going into the roasting pan. I like to add a cover on top of the pan to create steam. So again, we want consistent custard because like a true leche flan, you want to make sure that it's consistent throughout. And if this didn't have the foil on top, it'll make a little crust, and that's not very good when it comes to the final product. We want to make a crust, not this kind of crust. So I'm going to put this in the oven for 45 minutes at 350 degrees. And then after 45 minutes, I'm going to remove the foil and turn it around and bake it for another 10 to 15 minutes. And here is the little purple beauty. You just took this out of the oven. So how do you know that it's completely set? If you do a little jiggle, you'll see that it has a slight jiggle. So we're gonna have it chill overnight in the refrigerator, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning! I am wearing the same thing, and that's okay. Please forgive it. We are ready for the next part, which is our ube upside down pie graham cracker crust. The reason why we call it ube upside down pie is because we have the crust on top, and the crust came about because I made a mistake and I wanted to save it. That whole thing of sayang. So we're gonna measure out 3.5 ounces of graham cracker crumbs. So now we're gonna add brown sugar. The brown sugar provides a little molassesy type of caramelly sugar. Next, I'm gonna add some Greek yogurt, whole milk yogurt. Again, you don't wanna waste, I'm scraping every little bit out. I grabbed some graham cracker crumbs and I had Greek yogurt and brown sugar. So I just mixed it all together and I'm like, this tastes fine, this tastes good. And it sold out. It sold out that following weekend and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have a new product. Don't be afraid of your mistakes. Your mistakes can always be made into something else. To be honest, to make a really consistent crumb, I like using my hands. So I'm gonna get in there and kind of crumble it. It's like playing in sand, except delicious, delicious sand. If you crush it in your hands, it kind of has a little shape, but then you can easily break it down. That's the right amount of moisture. So now we're gonna add our crusty crust onto the ube custard and then push it all the way to the side so you cover the crust, or you can be a little delicate. I'm gonna be a little fancy and put a little circle. After you smoothed out the crust, we're gonna add some granulated sugar, very light sprinkling, not super heavy, just enough so that it lightly dusts the top of the crust. After we sprinkle the sugar, we're going to brulee the surface of the crust. And not everyone has a torch at home, and that's completely fine. We're gonna stick this into the broiler for 1 to 2 minutes. To the broiler! We are done. So we have this nice smoky finish on top. I'm gonna add a little purple sugar for a little zhuzh. The reason why we put this on is because we have other upside down pies, so this is the indicator for us. That is our #1 dessert at our store. Ube upside down pie. Purple yam custard topped with the bruléed graham cracker Greek yogurt crust. I'm ready to sample this. I like to put it in a container that you can see the purple goodness. I'm patting myself on the back for making this. It's like, oh, yeah, this is so delicious. The ube custard has that vanilla-y / coconut-y, earthy type of flavor married with the creaminess of the custard. And then as a bonus, you get a crumbly crust. Anyone can make this. You can make this with your kids, you can make it with your friends. You get 2 things in one, delicious food and an Instagrammable pic. And that's how you turn a traditional Filipino dish into an ube upside down pie. We welcome you to come by Créme Caramel LA, try our ube upside down pie in person, pair it with one of our ube horchatas. Thanks for joining me as I bring my traditions to your table.
Oh, yes!